Hello. We are going to do a 5 to 10 minute head, neck, and face routine that you can easily build into your self-care routine to have on the go when you're traveling, at home, while you are in between sessions. And this is a great routine to have. Only needs to be done if you'd like 1 to 2 times a week. If you'd like to do it daily, you sure can. But just know this isn't something that needs to be done perfectly on the daily. Just when you have time, it can be helpful. Or if allergy season is upon us, that might be a great time to throw this into the routine, or just whenever. Anyways, we'll start with our left and right Venus angles. If you're going to do one hand, I tend to do the opposite hand to the opposite Venus angle. You're going to find that V shape or that little triangle shape down here where the clavicular area or the collarbone and the neck meet. You're going to take the length of your fingers, make contact with your skin. You're going to gently slide that skin back towards the wall. And you're going to bring that skin in towards your neck. So kind of a slide back, bring it in, like a DJ scratching a record. Slide back, bring it in, slide back, bring it in. And you'll do each area 5 times. I'm going to shorten so I don't take a ton of time on your video. But 5 times is the sweet spot. If you are a multitasker and want to find more efficiency with your time, you are welcome to do both hands at once. I tend to do a crisscross. Back towards the wall, rotate towards the neck. Now we're going to move into an area where there's a lot of drainage that happens in the neck, the cervical region. Once again, length of fingers. You can do 2 hands or 1 hand per side, whatever is easiest. I'll start just so you can have a better angle of vision with the left side. Once again, with the side of their neck, there's a big muscle that kind of pops out if you turn your neck, and that's going to be the best landmark to find those notes. We're going to make contact, slide back towards the wall, now down towards the clavicle or towards the floor. 5 times, back towards the wall, down towards the floor. We've done it 5 times, hypothetically. Now we'll move to that right side. Back towards the wall, down towards the floor. Remember that landmark, that neck muscle that will pop out. It's very tight on many of us. Back towards the wall, down towards the floor. Back towards the wall, down towards the floor. 2-handed, back towards the wall, down towards the floor. 2-handed is not something that is mandatory, sometimes to save time. You can crisscross, back towards the wall, down towards the floor. Now we're going to start with our chin and our jawline. We're going to take our thumbs like so, and we're going to gently rest that fleshy place right underneath our chin, right on the tips of our thumbs. We're going to gently press 5 times. And remember, I'm going to be moving through these without 5 repetitions to save you time. Now we're going to move into the jawline. We're going to take our hands one at a time in this case, unfortunately, and we're going to kind of do like a spider legs on the side of this jaw. So you'll be able to almost hook your fingers right underneath this jawline here. We're going to make contact. This will be a little bit more with tip of finger through the mid part of each finger. Slide that skin down towards the ear. Slide that skin down towards the ear. You can also move towards the chin, but sometimes if you have a backup, in either the ear region or the chin region, you just want to send the fluid or the drainage to an area where there's just a little bit less tension or a little less buildup. So you can go down towards the ear or down towards the chin, whatever works for you. 5 times per side. I'm going to move to the right side using my left hand. Hook right underneath that jaw, a gentle but steady pressure down towards the ear or down towards the jaw, or the chin, I should say. Down towards the chin, down towards the chin or the ear. While you're going through these repetitions, I would suggest choosing one area to send that fluid or that flow to versus alternating between the two. I'll leave that up to you which direction you would like to send that fluid. Hypothetically, we've moved through that area 5 times now. We're going to move into a drainage region that has one area right in front of the ear and one area right behind the ear. And we're going to utilize, the joke is Spock fingers. So we're going to do Spock fingers, one on each side, the ring finger and the pinky in the front, the index finger and the middle finger in the back. You're going to make contact with that skin and you're going to stretch the skin, in my case, back towards the wall and down towards the floor. 5 times. Back towards the wall, down towards the floor, back towards the wall, down towards the floor, and 5 times would be your repetition. Then we're going to move into a little area right between the bridge of the nose, and we're actually going to pick up that little area gently with a little bit of pressure, and we're going to release it. We're going to do that 5 times, hypothetically. And then we're going to move into the forehead region. We're almost playing peekaboo here. Almost the whole length of my finger will be utilized on my forehead. And we're going to move the skin of the forehead down towards the floor, and we're going to rotate it out on each side towards each ear. Pick up your hands and move to the next location, moving that skin down towards the ear, down towards the ear. That is 1 repetition from mid-forehead to the ears, because remember those drainage zones here. Down towards the floor, rotate out towards the ear, down towards the floor, rotate out towards the ear, down towards the floor, out towards the ear. Hypothetically speaking, 5 times. Since we've now sent some fluid to these regions here, we are going to come back to our Spock hands on each side. Once again, placing that ring finger and pinky in front of the ear, middle and index behind the ear. Pull that skin back for me towards the wall behind me and down towards the floor. 5 times, back towards the wall, down towards the floor, back towards the wall, down towards the floor. Back to our chin. 5 repetitions. Remember, hypothetically, I'm making it through 5 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now spider fingers on this side of the neck here, or face, sorry. Down towards the floor, towards the chin, or towards the ear. Down towards the floor. 5 times each side. We're going to come back to our neck, our cervical region. Once again, if you turn your head to each side, you'll feel a big muscle kind of protrude or make itself known. On each side, that is where we will place our fingers. Again, we're going to go 5 repetitions per side. If you're going two-handed, that would be a total of 5. If you're going one-handed, 1 on each side, you could do 5 here and 5 here, so a total of 10 reps. 1, stretch back towards the wall, down towards the floor, back towards the wall, down towards the floor, hypothetically speaking, 5 repetitions. Then we're going to finish at the same place we started, those right and left Venus angles. Towards the wall, rotate towards the skin of the neck. Stretch that skin back towards the wall, rotate towards the neck, 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 back to the wall, rotate towards the neck. Once again, 5 repetitions, ideally on each side. Okay, that is it. Please know if you have any questions, I'm always here for clarification, and I would be more than happy to walk you through any of this when I see you in person next. Take care. Okay, just to review really quick and add this all back together, and you're more than welcome to fast forward to this part of the video once you've made it through and you feel like you've got a routine. Sometimes watching those longer videos with the explanation can be a little time consuming. So if you just want the routine, I will show that to you. Remember, each part of the body, we are doing 5 repetitions. So we start with the right and left Venus angles. 5 repetitions, remember. I will not do 5 repetitions. Then we move to the cervical chain. 5 repetitions, or remember, 1 at a time if you'd like. Then we move to the chin, 5 repetitions. Then we move to the jaw, 5 repetitions, and remember, send it either to the chin or to the ear, but choose one. Next side. Then ear, Spock fingers, towards the wall, down towards the floor, 5 repetitions. Then to the bridge of the nose. Pinch, light pressure, pull, pinch, light pressure, pull up, 5 repetitions. Then to our forehead. Pull skin down towards the floor, rotate towards each ear. Down towards the floor, rotate towards each ear. Down towards the floor, rotate towards each ear, and remember, 5 repetitions. Then we come back to our ears, Spock fingers, back towards the wall, down towards the floor, back towards the wall, down towards the floor, 5 repetitions total. Then we'll come to each jaw. Other side. Remember, down towards the floor, stretch either towards the chin or the ear. Choose one though. Then from chin and jaw, we move back to neck. 1 at a time if you'd like. 5 repetitions total. Then we end on our Venus angle. Back towards the wall, in towards the neck. Or two-handed. And remember, 5 in total. That's it. Nice work.